first encountered Emmy, do you prefer Emmanuel or is Emmy okay?
Amy's fine.
Okay. About 4 years ago, when God had done so many remarkable things in this young man's life, it was all in preparation for the ministry that God's got prepared. We just asked him to come this morning and to share from his heart. You can share as much information as you like. People will start walking around at about 12:30, but take as much time as you need, brother.
So good to be here. And good morning to everybody.
Good morning.
Is everybody doing well?
Yes.
I feel like the summer is over through those songs. They're very rich. We have a theological term that they're theologically rich. And that's beautiful to see that we're seated here as we talk about the goodness of the Lord and how much His love is very much for us. And so thank you for the opportunity, Pastor Jeff, to come back here. I remember we came here some time ago and we were on a mission to raise chairs for a school, one of our primary schools. And now the school has grown, we have a building, and it's now we now have 240 children in that school.
Wow.
We've moved to a different location, and now that location, we also have like 250 children in that location. Now we have a new location. We're trying to build a school there. And it's going to be a school for 270 children. And when you see how that started, you will be amazed. I simply went there. My mother was a pastor's wife, and when she was alive, her heart was compassion. She just struggled to see a child on the road who didn't have someone to help him and leave him. And I wondered in my heart, I said, you know, when my mom passed away, that was, I think, was that 2017? Yeah, so I was already here going to seminary, and as I was going to seminary, the Lord was really speaking to me, and as I went back home, something captured my attention, because on my mother's funeral, we had so many children who came and who said, had it not been for you, I would not be here today. And that was like, wow, this legacy has to go on, and her kindness was just that big. And I remember when we were kids, we had like a one-bedroom house in the sitting room, and we would be like 20 children in the house. And she just knew how to come and cover us with some of our clothes. And she was just a one woman, but with a very big heart. She didn't have so much, but through her kindness, the Lord allowed her to be able to be so kind to other people. And so I do it because I went back there and I met families who didn't even have a home. And I remember looking at this family which had about 3 children, and I looked at those beautiful daughters. And it reminded me when I was a kid, because when I was a kid we had low self-esteem, and some of that was because we had that small house. And so when people would look at us, they would say, oh, they're poor. And so when you go in the school and you would say, oh, I wonder what other kids are looking at me and thinking. And I remember that was a time when we were really hit so bad because, that's the situation that we were in. And not only that, but, my father was a pastor, ministry was growing, they were not making any money, but God stayed faithful to them. But I think about the faithfulness of my mother during that time, and it really blows my mind. And until she went to heaven, it captured my attention that her heart was big. And, so now we have, so I went home. It was during Christmas time. I think I told Mom Heidi and Priscilla, and we went there and served a very big community. And as a result, I met families who didn't have a home, and we constructed a home, and we watched the Lord transform lives through works of compassion. And it was just like, if these people saw us, it was just like Christ was in the village, just moving and changing lives. And that's how it was perceived. And for now, we have the privilege for us to go this time and to have this primary school. How the school started, I had a conversation with a friend in Dallas, and he says, Amy, what's on your mind? I said, I know a village that really needs a school. And And he says, what do you mean? I said, I really would like to see these children go to school. And he says, okay, well, let's see what happens. And he said, what's needed? And I said, the government can't allow us to open because we have to have, bathrooms. In just a short time, like 2 months, we had 2 bathrooms built. I was at home with my